What's up, y'all? B-Rob recently came out and said that he wants to be involved in the passing game as well. He said not just Antonio Gibson. He said put me in that joint. So we not we used to Antonio Gibson and how he can play. He can play anywhere. But B-Rob, he also want to do the same thing. He said don't underestimate me. Stop trying to limit me. Cause everybody keeps saying is he a power back. I done said it myself. But honestly, he can do more, and we seen what he could do at Alabama. So it's not like he can't do it. It's just Scott Turner didn't involve him that much last season in the passing game. But I believe he had he had a few receptions in the passing game, but he wasn't able to reach like even just the 100-yard mark. But with with Eric Bieniemy, he's gonna do a lot more than that. You see what I'm saying? Like he can reach that 500 mark in the receiving game. And also one thing to note about EB is that being in EB's offense, you're not gonna make that 1,000-yard mark. And I've seen articles talking about how Brian Robinson is gonna make it to 1,000 yards this season. Believe me, I don't think that's possible. And I've said it before, but I'm going off what the expectations are from what we've seen him do at Kansas City for the 5 years that he's been offensive coordinator. His offense doesn't allow the running back to get 1,000 yards. But that's not saying that, Sam Howell and, the way the offense works, it won't happen. But just from expectations, it's a pass-friendly offense. And, I've seen a lot of screens and, I've seen a lot of run-pass options. So it might be a little bit more. He might have that opportunity to really reach that 1,000-yard mark. But just from the expectations from what EB has done with Kansas City, you can see it hard to achieve. Because the person who got the highest under EB was Isaiah Pacheco, and he had 130 yards. And and another person that was very productive for him was Kareem Hunt. He had 800 yards. So it's doable, but I'm not sure what EB has planned. So it can happen. And then with touchdowns, you can see a great amount of touchdowns in the run game. You can see up to like 7 touchdowns. That's decent. That's not bad, but that's just something you can expect out of EB. Just looking at what he's done over the past 5 years as offensive coordinator, you can see that happening. And just EB. Let me just let you know what like EB brings to the offense. When EB is there, he's gonna motivate all the running backs. And you can already see that he's already been doing that. And he's not only, motivating, he's motivating everybody. But honestly, he's going to push the running backs even more. And then just think about what B-Rob went through last season, being shot twice. That kind of hindered him. And, he missed 5 games. And with the 12 games that he almost had 800 yards. He was 3 yards from 800. So it's possible. But I don't know if EB's offense is going to allow it. But and then we also are getting even more help with the new guy that we just got, and his name was Derek Gore. And, he hasn't been that productive in the league since he came in, but, in 2021, he had a nice year. It wasn't much, but he had 200 yards in the rushing game, and he had like 100 yards in the receiving game. But I'm sure EB found something in him. I'm sure it was EB that brought him in. But I'm sure EB found something that he liked, and he wanted to bring him in. And, I think it's not a bad thing, because I feel like if EB brought him in, or if the Commanders brought him in, and he's used to EB's offense, he's going to add to it. He's going to show them how to run it, how to do things. He's going to push them. And then, by us having an extra running back, and he's not super great, he's not phenomenal, but he's decent enough to have to where people are going to keep working for their position. They're going to keep fighting for that. Jonathan Williams, Jared Patterson, they're going to keep fighting for that position. You know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I assumed he came in, to continue to push the running back group, but also give him a shot. And honestly, everybody's noticed, like everybody that used to play for Kansas City, like Byron Pringle, the offensive lineman that we got from the Kansas City Chiefs recently. Who else? Kemp, Marcus Kemp. Who else? It was somebody else. Even everybody has noticed. Just think about it. Everybody has noticed how similar this offense is to the Kansas City Chiefs offense. So, with that being said, you have to think about what's possible in his offense. Running backs are at the most going to get 800 yards. Running backs at the most is going to get 7 touchdowns, maybe 8. Running backs at the most is going to get some decent receiving yards. Like, you're going to be in that 300, 500 mark. So that's great. And that's what, Antonio Gibson wants to be a part of. And just think about what Kansas City did and how it can be even better for us, because Kansas City focused on the tight end. We have so many great players with Cole Turner, Logan Thomas, John Bates, Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, De'Ami Brown. Everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets a turn. It's people that, almost everybody is a weapon. Antonio Gibson and now Brian Robinson. So it's hard to say that it's not going to be a lot of passing yards. It's hard. It's hard to see that not happening. So I can see a lot of passing yards for Sam Howell, and I can also see not that much rushing for Brian Robinson or Antonio Gibson. They're going to get a lot. Don't get me wrong. They're going to do their thing. But only if EB's offense allows it. If he switches it up to where they're doing a whole lot of RPOs and things like that can happen. It's not impossible, but I'm just letting you know. Just calm down with the expectations right now. Because, sometimes people think that just having 1,000 yards means you the best. No, it don't. Not always. It just means they depend on the run game a little bit more. And it's nothing wrong with that. The way EB plays, he just complements the run game with, my bad, I said it wrong. He complements the passing game with the run game. So it's not going to be high volumes of running. It's not. If you're looking for 1,000 yards in EB's offense, it's not there. It's not there right now. And not to say that B-Rob can't do it, but it's just something to look at and something to think about. And we've been doing great. And Sam Howell recently came out and talked about how he loves his wide receivers and how he loves his playmakers. And his playmakers have, they have said the same exact thing about him. So that's even better for us. And he's starting to build that chemistry. And I'm just excited to see where this team is going to go. And, everybody's been coming out to support. And I'm saying it like I'm there. But they've been coming out to support. And, they need that, honestly. And Terry even said that. He said since he's been there, he's never had that much of a show out. Not that many people have came out at once to support them in training camp. And shoot, this is the first time I ever been active or whoever cared. Or ever cared about the training camp. But now I really care about this team, and a lot more people are too. So that's good for us, and we need that motivation, honestly, because we haven't been that great of a team in these last few years, being under Ron Rivera. So, and we slipped up and got into the offense, to the playoffs that year with Scott Turner, and I believe it was the first year. So, man, we want to get back there again, and I think we are. We building the team, and honestly, it's a lot more people. There's a lot of other teams in our division that have been doing great in building their team. So I don't know, man, because I've been seeing Jalen Hyatt, Darren Waller, and Saquon back. So it's gonna be even tough because last season that was the person that we couldn't stop, and every time we played him, he always scored. So he was one of those people we needed to lock down. But this year it's gonna be even tough. It's gonna be even worse. So we gotta really lock in, and I'm glad Sam Howell's building that chemistry because the goal is to score. We need to score. Like, we need an offense that can score. And Terry has said it about Sam Howell many times, but he's not scared to throw the deep ball. And if he mess up, he's still going out there with the same confidence. So that's what we need. That's what we have, and I'm excited for it. And I just thank y'all for making it this far in the video. Sometimes I be rapping, but I'm going to keep y'all up to date, and I'm going to make sure I don't take too long for the next video. I know y'all be waiting on these notes, but I appreciate y'all for watching it. And subscribe to the channel, please. Hit that button and help me out. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm trying to make it to 1,000. We almost there. Just hold on. But yeah, though, B-Rob, before I go, B-Rob, he gonna be that guy. But I'm not sure if he gonna make it to that 1,000. But it ain't bad if he don't. He's still productive. And the thing is, what you want in a team is to make it to the Super Bowl. Nobody cares the individual stats. We want a goal. Our goal is to make it to the Super Bowl. So we want everybody to be a part of it. It's not about just one man. And Terry even said it himself that I'm not worried about the stats. I'm worried about, just being a part of the team and helping the team out. And he said that's what EB has helped him understand. So that's the main goal. The main goal is to make it to the Super Bowl and win it. It's not about individual stats. Those are nice, but if I had individual stats and great individual stats my whole career, what else do I have to show for it? I won a Super Bowl. They all come to the NFL to get a Super Bowl, and that's what they want.